What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to Monday Night Rawski, the longest running episodic program live stream here on YouTube. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious One, aka Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy. But you can call me CGA, C God Allah, NIB. The 12-time demonetized champion of YouTube. But we got a great show for you lined up. It is election day tomorrow. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. We're going to go through some of the policies, some of the big issues that people are dealing with in this upcoming election. And yes, we're going to cover it live tomorrow. We're going to do it live.
Okay. No. We'll do it live.
Even in the face of me at
do
the
it
JUCO.
Live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
I got a JUCO appointment in between my live stream. All right, I'm going to have to cut off my, I don't know, I'm going to have to come back on later on in the evening. I'm going to have to figure that out. Maybe I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm double and triple booked around this mother sucker. I just figured it out. I don't know what we're doing here. I have to figure it out. All right, but we got a great show for you lined up today. The election in the United States of America will take place. Open voting starts tomorrow morning, and people will be heading to the polls. Hopefully, today's show will allow you, the individual, to go through some of the issues as you may be an undecided voter in a major state, and you might maybe not have thought of voting, and you might be voting eligible, and maybe you can cast your vote based on the information that we provide today. We're going to allow people to come up. Ladies, fix your wig, get your makeup on. Ladies, get your feet ready, all right? To come up. Ninjas, get your popcorn ceiling ready, all right? No ashy lip ass ninjas, put some lotion on your face, and put a 9-volt battery in your smoke detector. You will be allowed, but you must be on camera to come up and represent your ideas and thoughts based on this election. And make sure you keep the cursing at a minimum. No cursing on this one. Keep it clean. Be respectful of other people's positions, and let us know who you're voting for and why. But of course, when you come up, I'm going to ask you a few qualifying questions before you get started. And make sure you know that we're focused on the topic here. Don't try to bring up another topic. This ain't your chance to come in here and take a snipe or take a poke at your boy CGA. If you want to do something like that, schedule a coaching call. So we're not going to have anybody distracting. And of course, yes, I help you and all of these things, but we want to get on the subject matter and all of that stuff. Yeah, man, keep the subject matter. All right. Keep the subject matter in the subject matter, but we'll do that right about close to the 45-minute mark. We won't have any Melanin Monday. I'm going to jump right into the content today to help you guys get the issues at hand, and then we'll invite people up via Zoom. So I'll post a Zoom link, and you can continue to contribute to today's show. This is my duty. This is my duty to the American people because I'm proud to be an American. All right. And I will stand up. Ladies, I will ask qualifying questions to you as well, particularly. All right. If you're overweight. No, we won't worry about if you're overweight. All right. We won't do that. But yeah, man. Yeah, you can join in later on in the show. But to contribute to today's show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. Let me see if there's any earlier contributors to today's show. Let's clear that up. And yes, during the show, you can continue to super chat and so forth and so on, should you wish to contribute to today's show. Yes, this is my duty bound to help the people out. Shout out to Tranisha. Says, what's your definition of a gold digger? A chick F's a sack in Uber Eats, and she calls herself one. And says, this was from early on in the show. I guess she was watching the show late. Another one wants to marry a prosperous man so she doesn't have to send her kids to public school. Men will call her a gold digger. Weren't men the original gold diggers for dowries? Well, I don't like the term gold digger at all. All right. So I'm not one to use that term because sometimes it's just jealous men, right? It's just jealousy. You know, I mean, they're like, she's a gold digger. It doesn't stop her from digging for gold. Now, I could say and add a different definition of gold digger of women who take their husbands to divorce court. That's literally gold digging. Okay, so a person that is looking for the best possible mate to qualify, okay, that's not a gold digger, but let's just say she disqualified him and realized that he was wealthy. Well, that's a gold digger, right? So that would be a gold digger. That would be somebody that was like, oh, because she was like, I'm not interested in him. He ain't my type. Oh, he has money. Oh, he's my type. Yeah. That would be a gold digger. All right. But a wife that takes her husband to divorce court and divorce grapes him to kingdom come is a gold digger as well. So, yeah, that is what it is. All right. Let's see here. Shout out to our brother here. It is M competition. China wasn't prosperous those few decades, in the past few decades, because of leadership. It is because they knew how to monetize their young women. The wives knew that if their husbands brought back the bag and put their kids through college, they could have a younger ling-ling for the weekend. Shout out to you. Yes, indeed. And they don't care. I get the idea, and I don't know about that particular culture. I get the idea that
what's up, nigga? What's up for the weekend, nigga?
That men having women on the side is not a big thing there. That's America. That's American woman. American woman. Dr. Beto says we all know CGA doesn't raise jive turkeys, and I really believe CGA will make a difference for Trump being in the office. I will super chat 3 times in a row, but can you please remind the brothers to vote Trump, CGA? The brothers will make the difference this year, I believe. Thank you. Yes. Black men are going to make a difference. And if there's a lot to say here related to whoever wins. There's going to be a sour group, or there's going to be a group to blame. Like, in particularly, white women got blamed when Trump won the first election. White women silently voted Trump, and they were like, it was the white women. It was the white women.
Where the white women at?
When Kamala won, when Joe Biden won, it was the black women that wanted to take the credit. And they were the ones that got the blame from black men and white men and conservatives. Although Jennifer Lopez wanted to say, I think it was the other woman. Eva Longoria was saying it was the Latina women that tipped the scale for Joe Biden. And then in this election, if Trump wins, then black women will blame black men and so forth and so on. It will go down something like that. If Harris wins, then black women will be blamed. All right. And liberal white women. H Everyday says, funny to hear your thoughts about PostNut Clarity. Oh, I've been done talked about that to death. People actually give me credit for creating PostNut Clarity, which I didn't. All right. But I talked about it for a long time that people thought I created it. I stopped talking about it because even when people bring it up in the skit, they're like, oh, they got that from CGA. And even I think Donovan Sharp, heard about it from me as well at one point. And back in like 2021, they were like, oh, PostNut Clarity is something I came up with. I didn't come up with it. All right. It has been something that I learned about a while ago. But yeah, PostNut Clarity is a superpower. He says, I said the same thing about the level of maturity in women and men. The first time you get money, punani, power, and leverage, your stunt You stunt your growth if you have no one to mentor you. Yeah. And a lot of people have done that. They get rich and then they have to go through a trying time. And so if your growth gets stunted and you experience some tragedy or trauma, you'll have to grow up fast. All right. You'll have to grow up fast. All right. Let me see if there's any other brothers here that have contributed on the other apps like Venmo and Cash App. I need to acknowledge you guys, and then we're going to get into it. Shout out to Corey, says Yob Mob still in the building. Shout out to you at the Yob Mob. Y'all out here working. New world. You better work, bitch. Shout out to No Government Name, says thanks, coach, for the game. Definitely a very generous super chat. I appreciate the love and support. All right, the love and support. But honor your PostNut Clarity. All right, it is a superpower. Especially even if you're a guy and you get mad hoes. You know how you guys are. You guys, you get your rotation going up. You get crazy. All right, lots of matches on a dating app. And you like, man, this is crazy. You line up all your girl. By Wednesday, PostNut Clarity hits. You're like, Punani is Punani. No Government Name SD, coach, you were preaching this morning about America turning their back on men. He says, I was at the gym and seeing all these women half naked. Why do I have to be confident to let every dude get to see my girl's cheeks? Free agent lifestyle new world for life. I want you to think about that. Think about this. All of these people that talk about the men that have relationships, but their girlfriend walking out here like they walking. Now, again, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I get it. But all of these people that, coach, this is not true. People have relationships. Okay. There's a tons of women that have relationships that are at the gym. Lifetime Fitness, Equinox, EOS, 24 Hour, you name it. But these women that are in relationships are outside in these attires. I know people are going to say it's gym attire. They're outside showing all of they muff huffs, all of they booty cheeks, no panties on, titties out. And nobody's supposed to complain about this. This is supposed to be fine. This is supposed to be cool. All right. Well, my man's secure, so he don't matter. But your girlfriend walking out here more scantily clad than she would be going to a nightclub. She out there in her drawers. She out there in her drawers. And everybody, these are men with girlfriends. I mean, is she parading around the whole gym? I mean, I feel sorry for people out here that are trying to justify their weakness in their relationship. I just couldn't. Not me. All right. Yep, camel toe out. And these are the people. Well, there's people in relationships, and there they are right there. The women are walking around half naked just about everywhere. Everybody's supposed to be, no biggie. No biggie. I come from a different time, man. I come from a way different time. All right, so if y'all justifying that people have relationships, I tell you, there's a lot of wusses in relationships. There's a lot of men out here with wusses. And yes, we looking at your girl ass. Yes, we are. So for you guys that are so-called secure men, we looking at your girl's ass. And somebody gonna pull your girl. All right. All right, Ninjas is out here with the spank bank material on your girl. And by the way, don't tell me, oh, well, I'm good. At least I get to have her. You get to have her 6 to 8 times in a month. 6 to 8 times in a month. And guess what? You babysitting that broad. Right? You babysitting that broad. I don't got a babysitter. I get to look at all the nipples in the booty from right back here on the treadmill. But your girl parading around here half naked. And you suppose, oh, well, there's happy relationships. All right? All right, but you babysitting that broad. Go ahead and babysit her, Ninja. All right. It is what it is. Ninja's happy about babysitting broads. Hey, it is what it is. No Government Name says the gender gap in voting was around 10 points in 2020. Let's lower that this time. Get out and vote. Don't let women vote in the Indian hag. The Indian hag. Shout out to KAMALA.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm going to come.
Yeah. I couldn't have my girl running around the way these women be running around in these streets. I'd be like, oh, hell no. I mean, y'all some different ninjas. In these streets. And every woman will tell you that men are just different now. All right, these women will tell you, shout out to the ladies here. I always tell you, these men, y'all men are different. They'll tell you men are the new women. Men want to be princesses. All right. They want to be treated like princesses. You got these men, no masculinity. Lots of women are claiming that men are not masculine. Even their boyfriends, even the men they date, they said these men are not masculine at all. And I'm telling you, man, women can't deal with it. They rather stay single and deal with a masculine man and share that ninja. It is what it is. All right. They rather deal with it. They rather deal with it because these men are out here. They letting the girls just run all over them, walk around half naked. You parading your bitch around advertising. And, oh, by the way, it's a lot of these Duke shooter ass ninjas out there too. So it is what it is. All right, man. And it could never be me. But I'll let a girl do it and I'm just renting her. Right? Yeah. All right, but it is what it is. They sharing. Tippy toe ass men. All right, anyway. Did I get everybody? I did. So let's get into this portion of the show because this is going to be important. Let me highlight some things and we'll talk about the election and then have your voice be heard somewhere at the 45-minute mark. I got to get my tabs straight, though. Where's my tabs? Okay, I got so many tab screens open to share. I don't even know if I'm going to pull this off, but this is kind of like a preview of what I'm trying to do tomorrow, to be honest with you. I'm trying to do some shit tomorrow. Do me a favor. Hit the like button in here. All right, I'm looking for a browser. All right, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. What browser am I looking for? What is going on here? I'm not looking for Google Chrome. I'm looking for, it's not up here. Oh, this is terrible. Hold on for a second. I got to do something. Oh, my goodness. Stuff is popping up on my computer like back in the day when you didn't have pop-up blocker. All right, where's the tab for? I need the tab for Safari. How come they won't let me do that? Safari. It's not even letting me do it all, man. This is going to be a mess. All right, so what I'm going to have to do, unfortunately. All right, so this is what I'll do in the meantime. I'm going to show something from another tab. This is totally messing me up. And it's messing me up live, which pisses me off. Okay, so let me find another tab. All right, so this tab, I should be able to get these tabs up. Okay. This is terrible. I'm a professional. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh, there's Safari. Okay. Jesus. I don't know what it wanted to do. All right, so here we go. We got Safari up here. All right, so here we go. Shout out to me. It's going to be a mess here. All right, let's take a look at the electoral map. This is what we want to look at right now. We're going to look at 3 scenarios in which are more likely to play out with the swing states that we have involved here. So just so you guys know, if you're ignorant or you're just not paying attention, most of the states are pretty much won and lost, all right? And they're pretty much conceded by each party based on voting history. There are some states in here that believe that they can turn it from blue to red or red or blue. All right, but for the most part, that's not the case. All right, for the most part, we already know Middle America is pretty much going to go red. It's going to be a sea of red. There's going to be a little bit of speckle of blue in there for Democrats in New Mexico and Colorado out west. And the whole Pacific West Coast is going to be blue. All right, but everything in between could turn red. All right, and the battleground states in the West Coast are Nevada and Arizona, each with 4 electoral votes. Now, when you go out to the Midwest into the Eastern Seaboard and the South Atlantic Coast, yeah, it could flip either way. Wisconsin traditionally goes red, but we have Milwaukee and a lot of Negroes, and they turn out like crazy. And there's some liberals out there. It could easily go blue. Michigan, the same. We have middle about 9, 10, 10, 11, 13 electoral votes. It seems inconsequential that these states can hold that much power, but they do. And both of these candidates need a combination of these states. Well, then when you go down south in Georgia, Georgia has flipped red and blue, but we're going to show you they've been up to some nefarious things by misplating votes, hundreds of thousands of votes, despite that people say there's no evidence of any corruption in the election. Oh, okay, you can't say that. Well, Atlanta flipped blue because Atlanta, Fulton County. A lot of Negroes down there. And also, there's a lot of Florida and Georgia line trailer park trash down there whistling Dixie. So Georgia can flip red or blue anytime. A lot of people have migrated there. Any state where you have a lot of mass migration, it tends to flip and teeter. North Carolina, traditionally a blue state, but it could go red at any moment. And you just never know what'll happen in North Carolina. And the main one is Pennsylvania. In my opinion, whoever wins Pennsylvania wins the election. All right, but we're going to take a look at some scenarios going on here with the 8 swing states. You guys see them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They said 7. All right. Am I missing a state? Am I missing? There's normally 8, but I'm not sure which one. But the rest of them, everybody knows. New York's and most of the Northeast is going to go blue. They're going to give that up. Most of the other states that are in Kentucky, Tennessee, you're probably going to go red. Middle of America, you're going to go red. Most of the states' map is going to look red. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of electoral votes. So let's take at 3 scenarios. Let's take a look at 3 scenarios here in which either candidate wins. The first scenario has Donald Trump winning with almost 300 electoral votes. This would be as close to a landslide as you can possibly get. And what will happen is this is basically what it looks like with the common states on the Pacific coast going to the Democrats. That wouldn't be a surprise. And then Pennsylvania going to Trump with the Northeast staying blue, true to its blue self. All right, Illinois going blue because of Negroes in Chicago. That's not a surprise there. And then the Georgia and North Carolina going red. This would basically give Trump a landslide victory, which was going to be closely competitive. But this is going to be possibly the most far out scenario. All right, this is going to be the most far out scenario. Now, this scenario could play out, but I don't think we're going to get, and this is my prediction, I don't think we're going to know until possibly the end of the week. So this is going to take a little suspense out of people doing live streams. The only way we would know earlier is if it's not too big to steal. All right. And they just want to rush and announce KAMALA, which they've already given indications that they're willing to do so in Pennsylvania. But so goes where Pennsylvania goes, so goes the election. This is a bloodbath for Trump. Now, let me show you another scenario in which Trump wins as well. All right. But he loses. Wait a minute. He loses some other key states, which are going to be Wisconsin, and he still loses Nevada and Arizona. I actually gave you the wrong electoral votes. I apologize. I said 4 and 4 for Nevada and Arizona. It is actually not. My apologies there. Bad professionalism by old CGA. Wait a minute. Bad professionalism by me. All right, terrible. All right, but this is where KAMALA wins, but she only wins Wisconsin in that scenario, but Trump does a sweep of all of the rest of the swing states. All right, but everybody else holds and stays true blue. Trump wins in the Atlantic coast. Trump wins in the West Coast of the ones that are remaining swing states. He wins Pennsylvania, and Kamala wins Wisconsin. So that is the scenario that you're looking at, but Trump still wins. Let's take you to the scenario where Kamala wins. All right, what must Kamala do to win? Well, simply get Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, which does put her in favor. Okay, but does put her in favor. She gets Wisconsin. The Negroes in Milwaukee show up. All right, and they go ham. They push some things through. These are neither mail-in ballot states. I think these are primarily not mail-in ballot states. They're giving Trump Arizona and Nevada. And with California, and that's the big one, California automatically going to the Democrats. That gets them almost all the way there, and they can just call that early. It's going to look like Kamala is cruising for a bruising early. But even with that scenario of her winning Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, she wins the entire election, but it's barely by 2 points. So it is a barely winning scenario. You know, there could be any other particular, you could come up with any scenario here of her winning the West Coast and then losing Wisconsin. She still wins. She still wins, if I'm not mistaken. She still wins if she gets those, possibly. But really, Pennsylvania is the key one. Okay. All right. Pennsylvania is the key one that whoever wins that one wins. All right. Because you're going to need those 20. Or let's just say Trump loses those 20, he's got to sweep Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada. And yeah, that's what you have to do and sweep the Atlantic coast. I think, they're just looking at it as the Atlantic coast is going to go red there. There's not much competition in even the South, I guess you would say. The South shall rise again. But that's going to be a 270 to 268. So, these are just scenarios. We don't know how it's going to play out. Most of the states are spoken for except for the top 7, the 7 that are swing states. They're spoken for. Texas, 40 goes to the Republicans. There shouldn't be any surprises there, but we're really just looking at Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Georgia and North Kakalaki. Then later on in the evening, the West Coast. All right, so we do have some people that are making some betting odds relating to this. It's just going to be a toss-up. A lot of people are saying Trump is losing a little bit. Let's talk about some key issues. All right, key issues that people are looking at in this particular election. Number 1 is going to be early termination of pregnancy. That's going to be hot on Kamala's ticket. And on the Trump side, you do have people that are pro-life that do not want the federal government to control the rights of to control the rights of the bodies of women, right? So unfortunately, just to be honest with you, if you are running on that, it's a losing battle anyway. Kamala can't do anything about that, at least at this particular time. She can probably, if she wins, she can further stop any damage of it not coming back, right? Because then if she wins, she doesn't have Trump in there, and they could teeter possibly the Supreme Court if one person, Clarence Thomas, is presumably the person that's going to need to be replaced in the next 8 years, and you could possibly have another one of the Supreme Court justices step down in the next 8 years of a Kamala Harris term. That means she gets to put in 2 Supreme Court justices. All right, and then the scale is going to be a little bit slightly less of an advantage. It's going to be, oh man, it could literally flip. All right, if 2 Supreme Court justices step down within the 8 years, it could flip to an advantage to the Democrats or a more democratic, more liberal Supreme Court. So yeah, that's gonna that would help Kamala Harris win. She could actually tip that scale and actually probably make some headway related to that. If Trump wins, then the advantage pretty much is nullified and the rights go to the states. Now, Trump has been said here that he has some Trump abortion bans. Those are non-existent. They've named them that, kind of like a pejorative. There are no bans. The Supreme Court is the one who decided this, and Trump was in favor of this, obviously, and they pushed the rights to the states instead of the federal government deciding. So these are some of the most ridiculous things that we're hearing about there, but that's going to be issue number 1. That's going to be issue number 1. All right, for a lot of voters, and especially a lot of younger women. That's the one, women's rights, but no men's rights, obviously. The next issue is going to be the economy. Obviously, listen, I want you guys to realize that you guys have a very short memory in regards to what happened in the last 4 years of this Joe Biden administration, in which Kamala Harris was a part of. You guys forget very much. We were in the midst of the COVID pandemic, plandemic, or scamdemic, however you want to call it. Lots of people lost their job because they didn't take the poke. A lot of you guys were forced to take the poke against your will, and some people are now suing for discrimination. A lot of people had to drop out of the military based on this thing. You were being completely bullied if you didn't do it, and if you did do it and you wanted to bully someone, you were completely being a bully. A lot of you guys were locked in your house. Lots of your kids are suffering from depression till this day based on this particular administration that made you wear masks for no damn reason at all. Dr. Fauci running around here like a fugitive from justice. And you guys done forgot all about that. You guys done forgot all about that. You guys got a short memory. All of the things that you had to go through from 2020 all the way to 2022 into 2023. You forgot all of that. People been misplaced, lost their jobs. You've been priced out of the marketplace, massive inflation. You had the Summer of Love riots in 2020. Okay, you had the January 6th so-called insurrection. You had them build a wall, steal the election allegedly going in from 2020. Okay, I mean, that's just the beginning All right, they playing in your face. Joe Biden eating ice cream. Then you had the coup of Kamala Harris. She basically got no votes in a primary, and they basically just mushed Joe Biden to the side. Kamala Harris jumps up in front like, oh, I guess I get to take over, right? I mean, you had Donald Trump, 3 assassination attempts. You had them marching down Trump to try to get him thrown into prison. I mean, the absolute charade that was 2020 to 2024. You had George St. Floyd, fentanyl Floyd, right? I mean, you had an absolute shit show in the last 4 years. And y'all done forgot because y'all boiling it down to yo mammy black. I mean, y'all boiling it down to y'all mammy black. Y'all had all of these people intimidating, calling you granny killers because you wanted to go to work. I mean, it's been a trying time. Yep, the impeachment of Donald Trump multiple times, 2 times, if not 3. Okay. Dr. Fauci. I mean, you guys done forgot about all of this shit because nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Y'all talking about if Kamala Harris is black. Y'all talking about your mammy need to vote your mammy. Y'all don't remember all of this bullshit that y'all had to go through and suffer through. You had Donald Trump claiming that he won the election. He wouldn't give up the ghost. Claiming that they stole it from them. Okay. You had Mike Pence turning on them. All the Republicans, the rhinos running around here, heel turning on Donald Trump, saving their hide. Okay. Yep, you had Fannie Willis. Oh, my goodness. You had the war in Ukraine, that ninja from Ukraine coming over here taking billions of dollars. The Ukraine thing. With that ninja with the little sweatshirt and the cargo pants coming over here just scrambling and scraping for shit. Just taking billions of dollars and walking out of it. Joe Biden just writing checks, loan checks to this ninja. You forgot about that, didn't y'all? Y'all forgot about that. Them just taking your money and sending it to Ukraine. Forgot about that real good. What about the inflation? What about the massive inflation that you guys have experienced? Did you forget about that? All right, I didn't because I was warning you about it the entire time. I was actually warning you about it. I was telling you about it. What about the massive layoffs? People have lost their job. Right? 10% from the big guy. The precipice of World War III and NATO. You guys have forgot a whole bunch of shit. And we're just talking about Kamala Harris being black. That's what it's boiling down to. That's how ridiculous. Oh, what about the border being wide open? Yes, sir. What about allegedly 20 million migrants from all over the world coming across the border, scrambling and scraping, allegedly getting all kind of money from the government? So much so that the governor, the mayor of New York said, this is going to destroy us. And they dropping off migrants on buses, just taking them anywhere they want to go. Remember that? Afghanistan withdrawal. Thank you. What about the Afghanistan withdrawal? They just left all kind of helicopters and weapons, and the Taliban took over whole Afghanistan in 3 days, right? Based on all the U.S. fine weaponry and machinery that Joe Biden left behind. Huh? See, y'all forgot the last 4 or 5 years. Y'all done forgot. This is why when y'all come up talking about what you got to talk about, please don't come up here talking about your mammy black and all of this goofy shit and I don't like Trump. When y'all better come up with something. Yeah, the 750 to the hurricane response. What about the 750 to the hurricane people in North Carolina, I believe it was, in Florida? Y'all done forgot. All right, yeah. Oh, what about Brittany Griner being traded for the mercenary weapons guy? Brittany Griner for the weapons of mercenary guy. Y'all forgot that, didn't y'all? All right. Oh, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. The real issues are not even being addressed right now. They're not even being addressed. And we just went through it, and these were the things that people were talking about. Nobody remembers it. The fires in Maui. The fires in Maui, and they gave him $750. The mercenary of death. The merchant of death. Thank you. The merchant of death. What about the Maui fires? And Oprah Winfrey and The Rock jumped their ass up there. I mean, we've been through a whole bunch, and no one's talking about it. It was been an absolute shit show for the last couple of years. All right, let me see if I need to bring up something else, because otherwise we need to bring y'all ninjas up. The economy. The economy. Here it is. Who would do a better job handling the economy? People have said they're going to lean more to Trump on this one. It's kind of close, 48 to 41%. As of recent, more people are more leaning towards Trump in the economy issue, and similar to with inflation. We do know that Kamala Harris does have an economic plan. The plan is, well, we'll let you guys decide what the plan is. All right, we'll let you decide what the plan is and what you think about the plan. But let's just run through it real quick. Her economic agenda, basically, she's going to propose an opportunity agenda for black men and others. They didn't put that there with $20,000 of forgivable loan to black entrepreneurs. This was just proposed as of late in the election. Not the election, but the campaign. Small business tax credits. You got grocery prices, right? They're going to sign a banning. This is what she's suggesting. She's going to help Congress pass a bill for price gouging for food, and also a housing crisis, providing $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. That's the key. And they're also going to try to create 3 million new housing units. What is a housing unit? I mean, I know what it is, but come on. All right. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Donald Trump's plan pretty much is tariffs. All right, so that's his economic plan as well. He's just going to basically say, and he's actually said some very, very rebellious things like replacing income tax with his tariff plan. Since Donald Trump has been the president already, he doesn't really have to reveal any significant economic plan. It is up to Kamala as the person that is coming in. We don't know what she's going to do, so she's coming up with something, and you guys can tell us what your belief system is related to that. But Donald Trump is basically going to go the tariff route, which has a lot of pros and cons with it as well. But his economic plan pretty much stops there of anything of importance. If you look at the model here, it's pretty much no tax for tips, child tax credit, similar things than Kamala Harris. They're almost close in matching up. All right. And also exempting Social Security benefits from income tax, eliminating anything that is related to the green energy or Green New Deal. He's basically going to wipe that out. So if they're talking about you need to have electric cars by a certain time period, 2035 in California, that's going to be wiped out really quickly. And his economic plan does deal with a little bit of diplomacy, as he's just going to bully the other countries, okay? Or he's going to glad hand and make handshake deals with them, even the enemies. All right, so people that are like the boogeymen, Donald Trump is going to be handshaking with them, right? Kim Jong-un, the brother over there in Russia. Why's his name slipping my mind? He basically going to go over there and say, all right, yeah, glad hand. Hey, we're going to do this. We'll cover that. And basically the art of the deal, as only Donald Trump can do. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Let me see if there's anything else that I can share other than sharing the Zoom link. If you're ready to come up, this is the rules for the link. If you want to come up and tell us who you voting for, we'd gladly be willing to do that. Putin. All right. All right. If you're first watching me for the first time, you're like, this guy don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I do. Trust me. But do me a favor, hit the like button. But I'm actually doing so many things. I'm juggling so many things. So I'm actually trying to make sure I get things right behind the scenes. Let me see if I can get my Zoom. And I've never done this particular type of Zoom link. So I'm trying to see if I can actually do it. And we'll try to do it live. All right. Where is my, okay. Yeah, you see, I got a lot going on. This is normally not the way I format my show. So I got a lot going on. So I'm trying to get these links dropped in there. All right. Let me see. Let me click on that. Let me get the Zoom link. Here's the rules for the links. First and foremost, you must be on camera. All right, you must be on camera. Do not come out here and have a talking icon. You must be on camera. Number two, make sure you have a shirt and preferably some pants on if you're standing up. So if you're shirtless, male or female, now the females, if you're shirtless, I'm going to screenshot it behind the scenes. All right, I'm going to look at what them titties looking like behind the scenes. No wife beaters. Make sure your hair is combed. You're presentable. Ladies, fix your wig. No ashy lips. If you have a thing chirping in the background, I'm going to tell you about it. The next thing is stay on subject. We're not talking about anything else. We're not going to challenge me on a philosophy on something else. my mind is not there yet. I'm actually focused on this particular subject matter and content. So don't come in here. I got a bone to pick with you about something you said on the live stream in November. I don't care. All right. You're going to get dropped off real quick. All right. Be respectful. Don't call me any names. I am the host. Do not come on here think you about to call me names. And be respectful of the guests in the chat if they so wish to be on here. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. So we're going to see if it does work. But I'm going to drop the link. All right. Oh, by the way, I will ask you some qualifying questions beforehand. All right. So don't think you're just going to jump on here and get a free run. I'm going to ask you some questions beforehand to qualify your position. So you don't just get to come up in here and talk. Also, if you want to come on here and say, hey, CGA, thanks for all that you do for men. You're the best. I just wanted to tell you that. Don't waste your time. All right. Just send me a super chat or send a chat to the live chat. We're not going to handle that here as well. All right. So, all right. So let me see if I can actually get this up here. Pause. That's what he said. That's definitely what he said. See if we can get this up. This is the first time I'm doing this via Zoom. So I'm giving it a shot here. And I'm getting prepared possibly to do this going forward for the evening live streams. Because you know what I mean? Don't ask me what I need to do for my girlfriend and how do I do. No, don't. I ain't trying to hear all that shit. All right, there's the link. I'm going to pin it to the chat. You guys can continue to super chat your support. I will read the chats down the line. Let me go ahead and replace the pin message. All right, if you want to super chat via Ko-Fi, you can do so. You could do so if by the link is in the description box. All right, you see this? Now, this is normally what I don't do. I normally don't do this, so there's a lot going on. I'm going to admit someone one by one, but I'm going to have to test it out. Yeah, no simps, none of that shit. I don't want to hear about your girlfriend. I don't care. I want to hear about all that bullshit. And a lot of people won't jump up here. A lot of people won't come up because you're like, I don't want to come up. But you can what I want you to do is if you're voting for Kamala Harris, let us know. We'll get you there, but let us know why you're voting for Kamala. If you're voting for Trump, you want to let us know why you're voting for Trump. All right, so let me do this. Let me see. This is my first time doing this. All right, so as I admit you, make sure number one you can hear me, and I'm gonna make sure I can hear you in the background. Then make sure I can see you on camera. Make sure I can see you on camera. All right, we do have somebody in the background backstage, and let's see here. If you can put yourself on screen, then that will be great. I must see you. All right, if I can't see you, you can't be on. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me backstage? You might not be able to hear me. All right, let's see what the audio is connected to. All right, he might not be able to hear me backstage. Let's see if he can hear me. Are you here? Can you hear me on backstage? He can't hear me. I don't know if it's his situation or mine. But he ain't got it. Can you hear me? All right. Oh. Hold on for a second. Oh my goodness. Take a look at that. All right, so we definitely don't want to do that right quick. Can you hear me? All right, hold on for a second. All right, so we're going to take the video off. I don't know what happened to my screen. All right. That's what happens when you do it live. All right, we're going to do it live.
We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right, I don't know what happened. All right, so, there we go right there. There we go. What happened to my stream? All right, my camera shrunk up. All right, this is terrible so far. Let me see what we can do here. Hold on for a second.
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man. What you going to do? Look out, boys. It's coming through. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All right, man. What happened to me? All right, my camera shrunk up. It's all messed up. All right, hold on for a second. So can you hear me? Thumbs up or thumbs down? You can hear me. Okay, he can finally hear me. All right, so that's where we go right there. All right, so we can finally hear. Only problem is I look funny now. All right, so let's see if we can do this. All right, can you hear me? All right, so cool. Let me go ahead. I don't know why you're muted. Can you go ahead and look at this? This is crazy. All right, let me see here. Let me see if I can get you unmuted. All right, this is already massively a success already. This is massively a success. All right, so hold on for a second. All right, so let's see here. All right. We got him. Okay. We're doing it live. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Audience, can you hear him? All right, we'll go ahead and say it right there. All right, so we got Double R in the building. All right, I don't know what happened to my camera. I pressed the button, and now my camera looks crazy as hell. Struggle streaming. All right, so who do we got here? We got Double R, all right? You can explain yourself. Are you a lifelong independent, Democrat, or a Republican?
I'm a conversion.
You're a what?
I'm a conversion.
You're a conversion.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was your loyalty initially?
It was my parents. I mean, if you think about it, you know, we've been told since birth, okay, you got to go, run with Democrats. Oh, I can't hear you, Coach.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I'm not talking. Go ahead. Let it go. Let them go.
Okay, yeah, Coach. Bottom line is this is like, it's just the programming, right? So like, we're just told, okay, you have to vote a certain way. Oh, Coach, still can't, this thing is delayed.
Keep talking. I'm listening to you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just the program, right? So you're just told, okay, well, you got to vote this way or else. And one day, look, for me, it was when I took my son for his wellness check, during the Affordable Care Act, when that was passed, you were told, keep your doctor, keep your plan. If you got insurance, you got nothing to worry about, right? So now, okay, yeah, Coach, is delaying a little bit.
Well, you probably have to turn off your YouTube, but you lower your volume on your YouTube because it's going to be delayed. So just go ahead and cook, man. Just go ahead and cook and let us know what you're doing. So if you're saying you're told to be a Democrat.
Yes.
Now
absolutely.
You are now converting to vote Trump.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I've been Team Trump since 2015.
Okay.
And really it just came down to and this was just slightly before, because I kind of questioned when the Affordable Care Act came out. Keep your doctor, keep your plan. And if you got insurance, you got nothing to worry about. So I took my son, the time he was 3 years old, I was just, they're getting separated. And the doctor told me, he's like, oh yeah, it's $140. I'm like, $140? It's like, that doesn't make sense. Said, what do you mean? I got insurance. And then my boss told me, say, hey, idiot, did you not listen to the call? Now it's different. I'm like, how different is different? And it's like, yeah, you got to meet a deductible. I'm like, deductible? What are you talking about? And then from there, you just start, open up your eyes, and then you're just kind of just figure out, it's like, okay, I've been duped. And whereas I was paying $200 a month, I was paying $600 a month for myself and my kids.
Right. And now the Affordable Care Act helped people that had pre-existing conditions that couldn't get insurance, but it didn't help people that didn't have that scenario. So what it
That's
made
correct.
people do is they had to pay more for insurance, or they had to pay higher deductibles. And they ended up saying, why are we doing this? Well, you guys had to eat the cost to allow all of the rest of the people with pre-existing conditions to afford insurance. So you didn't like that. You didn't like that form of socialism, if you will.
No, sir. Yeah, because I mean, like it was like because again, like I was a Medicare kid.
Yep.
So like, I always went to the public clinic for everything.
Right.
So it was more of the same. And then like, from there you start kind of figuring out, it's like, okay, what am I getting for my vote? Right.
Right.
Because like when you're married, Coach, you know how it is. Like you just get indoctrinated. I mean, that's how I got turned on to you.
Right.
5 years ago. And a lot what you said was true. But again, like I was still getting red pill, I was starting to take the red pill, seeing like life for what it really is. And then it's like, okay, I went to, because I'm part of Club 45 down in Palm Beach. And they asked the question, it's like, okay, what has the Democrat really done for you? And I mean, I had no answer.
No answer. Okay, so you're going Trump. You're for sure. Have you voted yet?
No, hey, look, brother, I already voted.
You already voted.
In.
It's in. Your vote is locked in. All right. It sounds like you're in Florida. You're locked in for Trump. No changing your vote.
No, sir. I mean, look, hey, I got my Trump posters up, brother. You want to see?
All right, let them see it.
Yes, sir. Look at this. Hold on. Let me flip the camera here a little bit. Hey, this is the first time I've ever done this. So.
Yeah, you might not be able to flip it. All right, so there you go. Okay, all right, there he is right there. All right, so shout out to you, man. Okay, time for Biden to go. All right, shout out to you, Double O. I'm going to get over to the next caller. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for letting me be my first guest.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, peace. Okay, all right, so not too bad. Let me go ahead and drop him down real quick. Appreciate that, brother. We got a lot of other people in the chat, so let me go ahead and get him in. See right here. All right, we're gonna add. All right, we got a lot of people here. All right, so we're gonna add. I'm not sure where the order is, so we're gonna admit someone else. All right, when you come in, go ahead and pull your What is going on with my camera? All right, what happened to my camera? All right, we did it live, and my camera's jacked up. I wonder. Oh, you know what I'll have to do? Let me see if I can do this part live. My camera shrunk up. Where's my webcam? Let me unlock it. Where's my webcam? Oh, that's not the webcam I need. It's sharing me the wrong webcam. See something here. Oh my goodness. All right, we doing it live. Give me a second here. This is absolutely a disgrace. Oh, going backstage. All right, so here we go. Now I'm orange. I'm a Oopa Loopa in the background. Okay. All right. So let me see if he's up. Go ahead and jump on the camera for me, if you can. Chicken Wing Bob, it's up on you, brother. I don't see you up. All right. So we'll go ahead and go to the next one. Okay. I think his camera's up. Okay. So can you hear me? You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Your microphone's not up, so I'm going to go ahead and let me see if we can get you to unmute.
I got it.
All right, you got the unmute. All right, so let's go ahead and toss you up on the camera. All right, first and foremost, what state are you voting from? Ohio. So not a swing state this time. It normally is a swing state, not typically a swing state. We know Ohio most likely is going to go to the Republicans potentially. We never know. Could go Democrat. All right, how are you a lifelong Democrat or Republican?
I was a lifelong Democrat, just based off what my parents were telling me.
Okay, so you're a lifelong Democrat, and now do you have a change, or are you a Kamala Harris voter?
Hell no.
All right, no Kamala Harris voter. All right, we lost another one. All right, we lost another one. Brother, go ahead and tell us your experience in this election, what you're looking for, and why you switched from being a lifelong mammy voting Democrat, and now you're voting for Trump.
Well, basically, now I can consider myself an independent.
Okay.
Like a flip-flopper, because these people are crazy. So, yeah, like all my life, parents told me to vote Democrat. And you know, I was so young that it didn't really matter to me, that I just did what they told me. But when I started paying attention, that's when I realized that the Democrats haven't done shit for us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So now,
And so,
yes. And so now you think Trump is probably going to represent you a little bit better and do something for you. Is that right?
right. And basically, my thing is, because we're on the brink of World War III right now. New world order. And like when Trump was president the first time, at the time I was like, man, what is this guy doing? Hey, he can't talk to people like this. Like, you remember when he told Korea he was going to bomb them into a hole?
Right.
I was like, what? And then 2 weeks later, he's shaking hands with the man.
Right.
And they shut down their whole nuclear program. So I'm like, well, that's what we need.
And I think
So
what Trump,
strong-hand guys.
yeah, and I think what Trump represents is what we've never seen in politicians in many years. They've been very diplomatic, and a lot of them are behind the scenes friends and buddies, and they know how to schmooze and smooth it out. Donald Trump said some things like, I'm going to put Hillary in jail. I'm going to bomb you. He basically came out and said a lot of masculine things. And at first it rubbed people the wrong way. But for us, I was like, this is what we need. And he's not a politician. So that is what, you said you didn't like that at first, but you don't mind it this time.
Right. Because I see how weak Democrats have been in the past 4 years. Okay. Giving hella people hella money, proxy wars everywhere just so they can get these minerals.
Right. Did you get any for your family? I'm pretty sure your mama's black. All right. How does your mama feel about you potentially voting for Trump, or anybody in your family, not your mama specifically?
My parents, they're like, we're going to tie you up. You ain't going to the voting booth.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Shit. All right. They want you to do Biden.
Already voted.
All right, too late. Already voted. So have you lost any friends, family, based on you feeling like you going for Trump?
No, I got into some heated arguments online.
Yeah.
Because they just be watching MSNBC all day and listen to their lies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the eating dogs thing, that is true. I've confirmed it. There's videos out there.
That's true. Okay. All right, and the mass media has been doing a number on Trump because they've been saying everything that he says is a lie. They say there's no evidence of it, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. That's kind of what a catchphrase is. There's no evidence of voter fraud. There's no evidence of Haitians eating dogs, but you're saying that they're eating dogs and cats.
Yeah, I've seen videos of Haitians in that town saying, yeah, we eat cats. In Haiti, we eat cats all the time. It's great.
Hold on, I got
Did you eat that cat?
All right, so yeah, but I did see videos of Haitians. The Haitians have admitted to eating cats. Now, they say they stay away from the dogs, but they will take a furry feline friend.
They love cats.
They love cats.
That's
all right, okay, my goodness. All right,
like, imagine if you were like thrust into another country that didn't have fried chicken, and you saw a chicken on the street. Would you not grab that up and fry that chicken?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's how they feel about cats.
And then we start frying it up, and they sitting up there like, dude, he eating chicken, right?
Yeah, he ate the neighbor's chicken. Like, what?
Oh, Jesus. That's actually a good thought. Yeah, that makes sense. That, that would be a problem. I would be like, you can eat that. And they would be like, no, you're not supposed to eat it. And I'm like, I'm eating it.
Right.
All right, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for sharing your opinion on here and jumping on the stream.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Peace.
All right, man.
All right. Okay, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Thank you for being patient here. I'm going to have to figure out why I'm orange. All right. So give me a second here. Let me dip behind scenes real quick. Oh, I didn't want to do that. All right. Definitely didn't want to do that. So let me figure out why I'm orange. I don't know what I pressed to go orange. And the funny thing is, I'm trying to figure out what camera that is, because I don't know what camera it's sharing. But actually, you know what I think is happening here? Oh, I think I went video and no video. I see what happened there. Let me see if I can switch that off. Oh, did it change? Oh, it didn't change. I think it's borrowing the camera from my Zoom, but I can't uncamera it. I would have to literally stop the stream. So I don't know what happened, what took over. I really don't know. But I'm looking like a Oompa Loompa out here. I'm definitely looking like a Oompa Loompa. All right, let me see if that's my, oh. There we go on the webcam. All right, so let me see if I can unlock the webcam. Oh, yeah, it's all messed up. Oh, this is a mess. All right, I'm going to have to figure that out later. Something happened. I guess there goes my stream. All right, so here we go right here. Let's jump in here. We got another brother here. We're going to admit, I don't know if I can say your name, but we'll go ahead and drop you up here. Do me a favor, jump on here, get your camera up. I don't see any women here. No women in here. Nobody that got their wig up. There is an iPhone up here, but go ahead and jump on camera so I can see you in the background, and then we'll unmute you and then get your opinion of what's going on. All right, still waiting on that. Still waiting for him to get the instructions. In the meantime, someone said Coach won't tell you who he's voting for. Oh, I forgot to put my flag up. I do have a flag. All right, we got a brother up here. Let me go ahead and ask him to unmute. All right, and let's go ahead and share the screen. Go ahead and tell us your name and what state you're in, if you want to give that up.
My name's Andrew. I'm living in Illinois at this point.
All right, the blue state of Illinois. We got the Democrats running down in Illinois. Are you in Chicago? Well, we don't have to give up your location. Are you outside of Chicago?
Outside of Chicago, southern western part, so Joliet.
Joliet. All right, old Joliet. Okay, shout out to you on that one. Yeah. Make sure you turn down the YouTube part of the stream and you can hear me through that if you're getting some feedback.
I'm hearing you good, actually. I paused my YouTube,
all
so
right.
I just paused it.
All right, perfect. All right, so here we go right now. Do you know who you're voting for?
I am not voting.
Okay, we're not voting. All right, so give us a reason
why
you're not.
If I was to vote, it would have been for Donald Trump, for sure.
Okay, are you a felon?
No.
Okay, you just don't want to vote.
No, I just don't want to vote, man.
Oh,
I just don't want to vote.
Oh,
yeah, every time I voted, I've always voted for the wrong person. So last time I voted for Joe Biden, and so I was like so disenchanted by, all the outcome of all that. So I just was like, you know what? I'm not even going to vote anymore, man.
All right. Okay. We need you to get out there. We do still have some time. So if you want to cast your vote, it's in Illinois. We know it's
Illinois.
Yes,
yeah.
It's almost a waste. I lived in California for many years, and it was a waste to vote Republican. He wasn't going to win anyway. But if you do have some issues down ballot that might make a difference in your area with your city council, you might want to throw that in there. Just take a look at it and all of that. All right, so you would vote for Trump this time, being a person that voted for Biden. Can you tell me why you would switch?
Well, yeah, I think, man, I just after so long, I've kind of become sort of a conspiracy theorist, I guess I would say.
Okay.
And after COVID and all that stuff, the lockdowns, there was just a lot of stuff going on. And, especially with the riots and things like that, like, it was just all chaos. And so, for some reason, I was just totally manipulated. I chalked it up to, Trump was in power. He was, screwing everything up or whatever. And, looking back now, it's just like, man, I was just totally fooled by the whole thing. I mean, I think looking back now, I think they just held him down so much. He was doing a lot of good things. The economy for me was doing really well. I made the most money I pretty much ever did my whole life during those years, despite the lockdown. And, so now things are totally, completely upended, so now I'm just sort of scrambling.
I hope you're not scrambling and scraping. All right, for shit. We just want you scrambling. All right, no scrambling.
Just scrambling, no scraping.
All right, no scraping. Okay, so in this situation here, you think you made more money. Then what made you do Biden? You thought that was the mainstream media?
Yeah, well, so I thought it was going to be I told myself this. I said, how could things get any worse than this when Trump was in office?
Okay.
And
well, you found out.
Sure enough, I found out.
You found out. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the future in this situation. Let's say you get Trump a vote, you miss it this time, but the next elections, what would you learn better about how you are going to learn about your issues? What did you learn from this experience?
I think I learned from this experience probably that you can't really trust what you hear in the media. You got to think with your logic when it comes to these types of things, as far as the economy and dealing with other countries.
Yeah.
You got to be able to, work with your enemies. You know what I mean? Because like what's going on in Ukraine, Israel, and all these other countries and stuff like that. It's like Trump was involved. He was involved at the table talking to the enemies, getting stuff done for the American people. Now it's like we're like too good. It's like this elitist attitude. We're too good to come to the table with these, foreign powers because they're beneath us. And it's like, so I've learned a lot about like how not to be a leader and how to be a leader. And I think Trump is actually has those leadership qualities where he's, he does come off, let's just say, as like, a lot of people call him egotistical. He cares only about himself. And I think that, I don't know if that's really him. I mean, ever since that assassination attempt, I feel like, his personality has almost changed.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. So it's like, I knew after that happened, he'd be a different person, but I didn't realize, I don't know. I just think that was sort of, he's playing that theater. He was playing that role. He was playing a part that needed to be played for the good of the country.
Right.
And everyone thought he came across as an asshole and so on and so forth. And it was what we needed. And it's what we need now because, like in Joliet, I walk around and I see a lot of like, illegal, foreigners, what have you. I don't know people's legal status, but a lot of foreigners around here and shit.
Right.
And excuse my language, but and there's just a lot of disrespect, folks like that walking around like they own this shit. They just don't respect this country anymore.
Okay.
And it's on our soil, the disrespect. So that's got to stop.
All right, man. Well, I'm glad to hear that you actually, allowed yourself to think freely, not with the mainstream media and MSNBC and CNN. But next time, here's what we need you to do. It's important that we get you out to vote. All right. So you do have time. You can switch it up there. You can get out and make a vote for people that are like you. Each one of these votes do matter in this tight election. So you might want to get out there this time. You got time.
All right, man.
I appreciate you. Shout out to you, man. All right, peace. All right, man. That was good, man. All right, we're helping each other out along the way on this one. All right, except, you know what? We can't help my computer screen. All right, we can't help. New world order. All right, we can't help what my computer screen is doing, and I'm trying to figure out on the fly why I look like that. All right, I could possibly end the Zoom, and that might help it out. But I'm just trying to figure out at the top of my head, why do I look like that? I don't want to look like that. All right, but it's messing it up. All right, so anyway, we got CMB in the building here, CMB, and we got Etoy. And then after him, we got, it looks like Dim Day. All right, Dim Day, a feed Tebow too. All right, we got some Nigerians apparently coming up. We got 2 Nigerian breaders. All right, but something happened to my screen. I clicked the button and then my screen shrunk. It was an absolute mess. But what I think is happening is it's borrowing from my Zoom. I might have to stop the Zoom or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to have to do. All right, so anyway. Yeah, I might have to turn off one of my lights. Do me a favor. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Uh-oh, somebody in the background. Let me mute you real quick, CMB. All right, let's see here. See here. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, that's a little bit better. We'll deal with that. I still look a little fuzzy. All right, so here we go. We got our brother here. Let me ask him to unmute. We got a New Orleans Saints fan. Sorry for you and Derek Carr this year. Not too bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so are we from Louisiana, or are you from somewhere else?
No, I'm from Southern California.
Southern Cal in the house. Appreciate you, man. Another place where this presidential vote, depending on who you vote for, matters or don't matter. Right. In this situation, lifelong Democrat or Republican, independent?
I'm an independent right now. Actually, I'm a libertarian underneath my designation at the DMV.
All right, beautiful. Libertarian. Are you a sovereign?
Yeah, I'm pretty sovereign. I'm a free moral agent. I'm a sovereign citizen.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go, brother. I love to hear that. Okay, so let's talk about it, man. In this election, do you have a favorite candidate?
They always talk about the lesser of two evils, but I don't think that I'm gonna vote for the candidate that to me doesn't want to crash the plane. I heard a podcast earlier that said that Trump is like the Denzel Washington in Flight. You remember Denzel Washington in Flight when he was, he was drunk, he had problems, but he wanted to land the plane. He was doing crazy maneuvers and trying to land the plane. So I'm gonna vote for Trump because Trump is the one that represents that analogy with Denzel Washington in Flight. He got problems, he got issues, he's not perfect, but
yeah,
he want to keep the flight. He want to keep the plane going.
He want to keep the plane going. Okay, Trump for you, another Trump. Okay, I'm waiting for the Harris voters to jump in here. But
yeah.
Now, why not Kamala?
Because I know you remember this, and I remember it too. I'm a little younger than you, but Kamala was an attorney general in California. She was keeping black folks locked up, locking people up for weed, and she was a disaster in California. She basically slept her way to the top, and she did what she had to do to move up. And I'm not knocking her for that, but to put her in position of power right now where she's at, no. Another thing is that most people forget that Joe Biden was removed. Nobody ever got a chance to say, hey, I want to vote for Kamala. She didn't get any votes. Yes. None. I think this might be the first time we've done this. One of the few times we've ever seen this.
I believe it's the only time. So
right. I don't remember a time, and I never read in history about a time where a candidate was removed because they felt like he was unfit to serve, and they just didn't give the people a voice at all. The defenders of democracy didn't give the people a voice at all, and just installed the candidate, and now everybody is behind her. I don't remember a time like that, so I'm definitely not supporting that. That just seemed like the old banana in the tailpipe trip.
Yeah, and the Democrats are known for doing things like this. I mean, the Republicans in the 2000s were doing stuff like this. To be fair, George W. Bush and Dick Cheney were do stuff and strong arm, but the Republicans have started borrowing from that playbook and doing things without the people. Right? They just say, even down to the pandemic, we're going to tell you to distance and tell you to stay home, and they just been telling us what to do and kind of cheating the system. And so they did it again. And I'm sad that a lot of people don't recognize that. You recognize that, but a lot of people are letting that go. I don't understand it.
Right. Yeah. Just coming from Southern California, period, and knowing who Kamala Harris is and seeing her background, knowing her background and witnessing her background for years, there's no way you could put this lady in the power. There's no way.
Wow.
There's
okay.
No way.
All right. Any of your family or friends, do they remind you that you're a black man and that you need to do the bidding of the whole mighty black?
Yeah. Yeah. They I got a whole lot of friends and family that look at me sideways when I say I'm voting for Uncle Donald. When I say I'm voting for Donald, they say, nah, you need to reconsider that. Kind of like when it was the same thing with COVID.
Yeah,
they hit me the same way with COVID. When I voiced my opinion and my views, they said, man, you need to pick and choose what battles you fight. I said, this is a battle I'm gonna fight. This is the way I'm going with this. I'm not backing down. So yeah, it's the same thing with Trump. Same thing. I'm going with the dude that wants to, as much as he has problems. Everybody has problems, but I don't think he hates America. Right. I don't think he really, I don't think he wants to install government price fixing and all these different things that we've seen in history that don't work. So I don't think he wants to do that. Yeah. Plus, he's got a super team. He got a super team behind him. He got Elon Musk. They got Joe Rogan. They got guys like you that promote the same messages and put them up in the forefront. So he got a big team.
All right.
Got a lot of smart individuals.
Beautiful, man. Well, thank you for sharing your opinion. I appreciate you for being supportive and all of that stuff. And good luck.
Appreciate you
good luck in your vote. All right. Peace. All right, man. So far, so good. We got the camera down. We got another Trump voter, another black guy for Trump. All right. So, but the black guys for Trump happen to not be in a state that is a swing state. So I'm interested in that. We do have a YouTuber here, but I'm going to get to him after I do the next two. And let's go ahead and some of these names I can't pronounce. So apologies on some of the names here. All right, but go ahead and let me go ahead. I'm going to drop some people off real quick. And if you finish up the stream, go ahead and drop yourself out of there. When you come up, go ahead and put your camera up and then mute the live stream. Okay, so let me go ahead and get you up here. Can you pronounce your name, brother? Give me your microphone. Go ahead and unmute the microphone.
Just call me Mr. Life. I tried to change my name, but
okay.
No one let me do it.
All right, Mr. Life is up here. All right, shout out to you. Look at that studio, man. Congratulations. All right,
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, man.
Jeez.
You understand how I go?
All right, that is beautiful setup back there. I always admire a good setup. That is a nice setup back there. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. It's Man-Made Media TV.
Man-Made Media TV.
Yeah, Man-Made Media TV. We go live on Mondays and Thursdays.
All right, beautiful, man. I'm glad I'm glad to see people out here with good setups and putting their YouTube efforts out here. Are you a lifelong Republican or Democrat?
I am not a lifelong Republican or Democrat.
Okay.
And I'm an old man. I've been more on the lines of just sticking on my own. I've been always independent, or I've been with the Libertarian Party. I remember back in 2008 when I voted for Barr because I couldn't vote against the black man, so I had to vote for somebody else. So that's what I chose. But I voted for myself most of the time, though.
Okay, all right. Writing your own name in.
Yeah, write my own name. I figure if you're gonna have two idiots, why not a third, right? So I can safely say I got two presidential votes out there.
Oh my Lord Jesus Christ, man. Hey, listen, hey man, I'm gonna steal that because I'm gonna start writing my name in. Fuck it. All right. I love that. So hey man, look, I actually thought about running for governor at one point in California when they had the opening. But
do it. Go for it.
It was tougher because last time they did it when Schwarzenegger came in, they let people do it, but this last time they had it locked down. But all right, so what are you saying? Libertarian? Who are you voting for?
I actually voted for Trump this time, man. I pulled the trigger for Trump.
Another one.
Not the first time, but this time I pulled the trigger.
Okay, so are you in a state that is a swing state?
Florida, the Gunshine State, the crazy state.
Yeah.
You can call me Florida man. So
all right. Florida man is in the house. Okay, wow. That's cool. So what made you go for Trump over Kamala Harris?
I went for two reasons, and well, probably three, but mainly we got to look at oil and gas because that affects everything. And there's a direct correlation between a person's political beliefs and what we see when it comes to energy. The second one is war. And women, because they don't go to war, don't understand the impact of war on men and our current society. And if we look at where we're going right now, they need war to happen because we're looking at somewhere close to about 30% unemployment. I don't want to go down the rabbit holes on all of that because it's a long, delicate road. But Trump necessarily don't believe in going to war. He believes in bringing everything back home. He's a isolationist, which I don't have a problem with right now, which means that we need to consolidate and rebuild America back up, and then we can begin to spread our wings again. So, and the third thing is the economy. It's always about the economy.
So
those
what
are my
about
three reasons?
Those are some wonderful reasons, really well articulate, and you nailed it. All right, you nailed why you are doing it. It has nothing to do with black and woman. And now let's talk about this. What about the early termination of pregnancy, women's rights? Is that important to you? You named three issues. How important is that down in deciding who you were voting for?
If they put one thing in there, I would care. I don't care what the woman does, as long as the man have the full right to disown that little bastard. If the man has the right to disown the bastards, I'm fine with whatever want to happen, because women have one right that most men don't have, and that is the right to conceive and actually birth a child. Men don't have that right, so women by law have at least two more rights than men do. So and the other right is the ability to vote without going to war. So saying that, it doesn't bother me. But at the end of the day, I think if she has the right to say, I want to have it, he should have the right to say, I don't want to take care of it.
Woo wee. Oh my goodness. All right. Hey, I'm with that. How can you argue against that? I mean,
Hey, two people laid down and had the baby, and they always talk about women always want all this equality, but when it comes to accountability and responsibility, it goes out the window. They always say, "Oh, you nutted than me." Oh, I'm like, no, baby, we laid down and done this together. You got a nut the same way that I got a nut, and if you didn't get yours before I got mine, that's just your fault. You let me do it. We both got into this. We both did this, and you had 90 days to figure out what you wanted to do before you even did any of this. And at certain states, you have up to 9 months to decide. You had plenty chances, and not only that, you have over 55 forms of birth control to deal with it. Formally, now you got about 3 or 4, but you still got some forms. You could have told the man to put on the condom. You could have went and bought that self-insertion condom yourself. You could go do that pill that you could take the next day. There's plenty of other reasons out there for you to stop this. So if you chose to do this for 9 months and birth it out knowing that this was a deadbeat Pookie, that's kind of on you at this point in time.
Wow. All right.
I think he deserved the right to walk away. If these women seeing these men out here having 2, 3, 4 kids with different baby mamas, what makes you think that he's going to be any different on the 5th baby mama? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Okay, beautifully said there. And most of these women are doing multiple versions of this type of birth control. So it's kind of ridiculous that they're marching for it and trying to fight for it when they're using it as birth control and they had all of those other ways to say no or stop it. Okay. Any bite back from your family on this one that you're voting for Trump this year?
If you can't tell, I'm pretty politically astute when it comes to this type of stuff. So everybody backs down from me. My friends, my family, don't nobody approach me with these situations because I know history and I know politics. So if you come jump, you gotta know you're jumping at a lion. It is what it is. At the end of the day, the one thing happened. I had one girlfriend, a coworker, say that I'm voting for Kamala because she's a woman. I said I'm voting for Trump because he's a man. They all got irate.
Now, why? That's hypocrisy. Now, why can you say you can vote for Kamala as a woman, but then when you say, well, okay, I'll vote for him as a man, why are they mad? I mean, I don't know, man, to tell them.
Well, we understand the hypocrisy and where they all mean, like, how can you do that? You're like, you a part of the patriarchy. I'm like, babe, I'm a black man. What are you talking about? I've never been a part of no patriarchy. I had to get these little scraps that I do have. I do great for myself. I do exceptionally well, but I had to fight and claw to get this. None of this was given.
Facts. Beautiful. And do me a favor, man. Tell us your YouTube channel again so everybody can get over there and subscribe. I love your setup. I love your talk. I've subscribed
man. I've been trying to meet you for a long time, man. And this is the first time that I've been on here and saw you opening up the panel. So I got to give a shout out to my guy. You along with Kevin Samuels, you all influence a lot of men inside this space to come out here and start talking.
Yep.
So I just want to give you my flowers, bro. Give you my flowers, man, all the way from Florida.
Thank you, brother, man. And it is Man-Made Media TV.
Media TV.
I got you. I've subscribed to you, man, and I'm going to be watching your content going forward.
Oh, we talk trash, so we don't get deep over there.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Right, but I like what I hear, man. All right, man. Peace out. Peace.
Have a good one.
All right, man. Shout out to him. We got another brother here. So far, so good. We are on the Trump train. So if you want a Kamala vote and come in here and pitch for Kamala, I'm waiting for you. All right. We're waiting for you over here. But we got another brother that's going to jump in here. And then I did see the kosher clinician in here. So we're going to get him next. And then Marlon and Larry. I know I'm saying government name. All right. So we got, what's your name, brother?
Good. Just call me Otobo. I'm the guy that superchats sometimes.
Okay, so
I was on superchat using I was going to do my CPA.
Yes.
Study for my CPA exam. Yes. So yes, I'm actually excited to be here. I'm so glad to speak to you for my first time. And also I have your books.
Oh, wonderful, man. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate that. And,
thank you very much.
Are you in the United States? You're in the United States?
Yes. I'm in Chirac, unfortunately.
Oh, another Chicago. Okay, sorry to hear that. All right. And I see you have the MAGA hat on top of your head.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
I voted yesterday. I saw GOMS. I saw transgenders. I saw Duke shooters, rainbow people voting. And I was like, Jesus Christ, these people are literally going to vote my future. I was like, God, I was almost crying. I saw overweight people, overweight black women, like elephants, big back, voting. And I'm like, God, these people are going to decide my destiny. These
Yes.
people literally have their future in my hands. I'm like, God, Jesus. I was almost crying. They say I've actually decided to run for senator. I want to be a senator in America.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
let's
yes.
do it.
But that'll be after my CPA exam and when I'm done with my master's degree in 2025.
Okay, let's do it, man. I'm with you on that one. I'm behind you. I love when people take the initiative and step up. Have you always?
Yes,
how long have you
course.
been in the United States?
I was born in Cook County Hospital, Chicago, but where I grew up, I spent 4 years in America. Then I got raised in Lagos, Nigeria. So I could learn my culture and my values.
Okay, so you're born American.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
And so my parents took me to Nigeria so I could learn. And when I was in Nigeria, I used to think America was righteous. America was they follow everything from God, but not knowing that they don't. I was actually a kid when the United States government contributed to big gas spillage in my country. That is in Nigeria, in the Niger Delta belt, whereby like they killed lots of people. And they actually, it was really sad. So when I got to come here and I saw that Obama was actually a devil. Obama is a devil. I saw that, like the things he was saying. And he did not do anything. What he just did was offer hope. And the only thing he did was legalize LGBT, their demonic something they're doing here. Whereas in Nigeria, if you practice that, they will literally burn you alive for practicing that crap.
Well, yeah, we heard that a lot of the people over there weren't accepting of what he was pushing over here.
Yes. Nigerians actually cursed him out. They said he shouldn't come. So he was angry at Nigeria. And what he did was that he said that he was not going to give the country aid. So Nigeria has been blocked from aid because we did not support LGBT. Yes.
Wow.
But they come and they take our oil for free. They still steal our oil from us. And then they sell the oil they steal from us. And the idiot government buys from them.
Wow. Okay, so man, you're telling us some stuff that we don't know. A lot of us don't know or include in with this information, man, because you are on the front lines knowing this. And now for that reason, when you returned to American, you were more of a Republican.
I'm actually a libertarian. I'm a libertarian.
Another libertarian. Okay.
Yes, I'm a libertarian. I was never a Democrat. When I came here, I'm like, man, Obama is a devil. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, what he's saying does not align with God. I'm like, what? This guy is a devil.
Wow. Okay, so you don't have it. You don't have anything positive to say about Obama.
No. Obama is a disaster.
Okay, what about Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris, she's even the worst. That woman, she's a dummy. That woman is the worst.
She's a dummy.
Yeah, she's a big dummy, man. That woman, she's the worst. Like today, my job, a lot of gump men were literally voting for Kamala. They were like, oh, Trump is against black people. Trump is against poor people. Oh, Trump generally did tax to protect their rich friends, blah, blah, blah. When I was actually voting yesterday in this Chicago because of this Bernard Johnson, he's a very useless man. I saw a thing in number 3 whereby it said, are you okay with taxing people who make over $1 million an extra 3%? I said no, because number 1, I invest in the stock market. I don't want anybody to tax me. Number 2, I'm going to be a CPA and I'm going to be a multi-millionaire. So I don't want anybody to tax me. So those people, they've earned it. So I can't steal from them. So I'm like, nope. So I selected no.
Okay.
But of course, obviously people will select yes because they want to take from these people.
Well, that's going to pass more than likely.
Yeah. But obviously, don't mind, like I said, LGBT people, overweight people.
Yeah.
Woman, man, woman. People chop off their breasts with voting overweight. And I was like, man, these people are going to vote my future. My future is in the hands of these fools, unfortunately. But
yeah. Just so we know that, where you're living probably is not an indicator of what the rest of the country looks like. But, you are living in a hotbed of this melting pot of people that have some mental disorders, or they have some
Of course.
disorders with
Coach, I see it all the time. Oh.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. And in my, when I go, I say, I'm like, oh God, send it.
Yeah.
Send that straight every time. I literally wear your shirt. And also, too, I remember, like, I used to have I recently just broke up with my girlfriend because she was a parasite. She was a leech.
Okay.
And then she saw me watching your videos, and she saw your shirt I was wearing.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, why you say struggle that guy?" I'm like, "Hey, shut up, mind your business." So
she's gonna hate me for the rest of her life.
Yeah. I mean, I fuck her. I don't care. I mean, I'm besides, I already did what I did with her already. So
he got it. Okay.
She's free to go. Yeah.
She's free to go.
Yeah, but right now I'm just focused on just writing my CPA exam. I'm actually going to Nigeria in 3 weeks' time. So
okay.
Yeah. So
all right. Thank you for sharing your information, man. I appreciate that. You brought a lot of great conversation to this. Great points to the conversation, man. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Coach. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. So kosher clinician, also a YouTuber, and then we're gonna go to Marlon, Larry, Bank, Lola, and so forth and so on. I'm going in order of you guys joining. So thank you for that, man. This has been fun. This has been fun. I think I'm gonna probably do more of opening up the panel on this. What do you guys think? Should we do more open panel shows in the future, assuming I can get my technology right? All right. Why am I small screen? I'm pissed off about it. All right, let me see. We got the kosher clinician. Is your audio on? I think he's trying to figure out the audio. Let me see if I can get him to. Okay, I got the ask to unmute going right there. Let me see if he can unmute. All right, we got the kosher clinician. Shout out to you, YouTuber as well. Go ahead and go to his channel. Go to his channel. He been around here. I think I came to your show one time.
You did.
Yep. I came over to your channel and joined the panel. And you are a licensed psychologist. Go ahead and tell us what your background is.
Yeah. I'm a licensed therapist, man. I jokingly say from the Tar Heel State, as you can see, the greatest state in the union. Not one of the fakes, Coach. I'm real. I'm on the real deal. You know, my background is very extensive. I got a background in law enforcement. I taught school for several years. And then also, I'm a clinical therapist now. And so, I'm Team Trump, man, Team Trump.
Okay.
I'm voting for President Trump for a myriad of reasons. One of the monikers you often say, Coach, is New World Order. And back in the 90s, when you and I were teenagers back in the 90s, President Bush said, we are heading towards a New World Order. And, one of the things I'm seeing, Coach, being a clinical therapist, is that so many men don't have their women in control, or their women are not in unison with what the men are trying to do. Because my wife is following me. She voted for Trump. We're in a unilateral agreement. I wouldn't have it no other way. But I'm for Trump for a myriad of reasons. I succinctly believe that a person should vote for faith, if you're a person of faith first. Now, I will say I don't live the faith like I did in my 20s, but I did grow up in the church. But the current church now is a cesspool of what it once was in the past. So I would say that people should vote based on 4 elements. I would say faith first, the sovereignty of this nation, number 2. Number 3, it should be, actually number 2, family. Number 3, sovereignty of the nation. Then number 4, it should be community. And so I'm voting for Trump because Trump's policies make sense. I believe that Trump has been maligned and he's been more or less attacked because the globalists know that Trump is a nationalist. He's not a regular Republican. A regular Republican. He's a businessman. He's a businessman that thinks about America first. And me being a business owner, I'm definitely gonna vote for him because I don't want all my damn money going out to no damn illegal aliens. I want all my money coming towards me. And so I'm voting for Team Trump because I believe Trump is more pro-faith. He's more pro-man. I think Trump, Coach Greg, is the last American maverick, similar to what you and I are used to when we were teenagers growing up. We live in a world now where most younger men now really haven't seen masculine, dominant men like the John Waynes of the world, President Trump's. Masculine men that still don't business. They meant what they said and they did what they wanted to do. But we are at an existentialist crisis in my mind because if this woman become president, the so-called money that she's going to give folks, the money is not going to matter because the money that she's giving you is going to be exacerbated with record high inflation. But most people don't think critically. They only think in the moment. And because they think in the moment, they become saboteurs of their own ignorance. So I'm voting Team Trump because I'm anti-abortion. I'm pro-life. I'm pro-people of faith. I'm pro-Israel. I believe that men should be the exemplars in their family. I believe in securing the borders. I believe in the decentralization of government. I don't believe that big government should be concerned controlling the affairs of men and women. And I believe that men should have. Also, I'm a Second Amendment rights advocate. You know, I got a Beretta with 92, a Beretta 92 extra hollow points in it. So I don't want nobody to come and take my guns. And so I believe that Trump is better for America. I think he's the last real president that's left. I think he's going to give us a reprieve if he's being elected. But if he's not, America's going to continue to go down the rabbit hole. And as you famously say, a new world order, we're going to get closer and closer to the new world order. And it's going to get a lot worse than what it currently is, in my opinion.
Man, I don't even know what to ask after that. You cleared it all up because you're a YouTuber. You're a professional at this, so you know how to make your points and make them specifically. Your family's behind you. North Carolina's a swing state. Any of your other family member giving you shit for voting for Trump?
Yeah, so it's funny you asked that question. So I tried to educate, some family members about what's going on. And one of the things, Coach Greg, that most people can't see succinctly is this. The vote that we vote for, the people that we vote for, it can radically impact the efficacy of our children long term. It can radically impact the efficacy of our children long term. And I try to, one of the things that I try to convey to them is that how can you call yourself a man or woman of faith, but yet vote against your own self? How can you say you believe in the Black community, but the people that you vote for are highly antithetical to the image of the Black community, which is are Black babies? It makes no sense. People that call themselves Christians, Coach, that, family members of mine, and I try to educate them, even though, like I say, I grew up in the church. I don't live it like I should, but I did grow up in it. And I got some repenting to do. I'm just being honest, but I try to convey to them, how would you vote against yourself? I asked the question, Coach Greg, this rhetorical question. Can you imagine being in the auspices of a mosque, and under the auspices of a mosque, a person says that they believe in Islam, and then believing in Islam, Kamala Harris tells them or give them an edict that you must vote, you must bring pork into your mosque. If not, you're pigophobic. Do you think that those Muslims would vote for Kamala Harris, or would they rather tat on their ASS and not vote for her, or do even more? But you got people that call themselves believers. They vote they vote against the image of children, which are Black babies. They vote against the sovereignty of America. They don't respect or earn the rights and the love and the adulation of a Black man. They vote for alphabet rights. They vote for every right that's antithetical to the sovereignty of Black men or men in general, but also, Coach, antithetical to the so-called Black communities that's faltering. One of the things that so many people try to do and trying to compel Black folks to vote for Democrats say, well, you don't want to vote for her because she's a Black woman. I said, well, right, heifer, you don't submit to a Black man, but you don't submit to men or Black men, but you want us to submit to her. Make it make sense. You don't submit to the men in your family. You don't submit to the men in your family, white or Black, but conversely, you want me to vote for her because she's a woman. It makes no sense.
Wowzers. All right, good. Lord have mercy. Kosher Collision in here cooking. Let's give him the fire right there. Put him out. Put the fire out. Oh, my goodness. All right, I don't know if I could have said it any better than that. You made your points pretty clear. And go ahead and tell them what your name is. For people that don't know, tell them
Yeah. So I am the kosher clinician. I'm a licensed clinical therapist from the Tar Heel State. As I always say, the great state in the union, jokingly. I'm matriculated at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I got my undergraduate degree at North Carolina Central. I got my degree in law enforcement from Pitt Community College. And I'm a male rights advocate. I believe in men's rights. I've been a fan of Coach Greg for years. I've followed him extensively over the years. And I've used YouTube as a mechanism to try to convey a masculine message through clinical apprenticeship. The problem with many Black men, Coach, is that people have a very negative ideal about therapy because sadly, many therapists now are woke. And so when you try to convey a message outside of that woke paradigm, many people can't relate or they don't want to relate because they don't believe that therapy is effective. But however, therapy can be highly effective if you get the right therapist, you get the right treatment intervention. I'm not for, putting folks on a bunch of medication either. I believe that you should be exhaustive before you put a person on medication, consistent with what Hippocrates say. Hippocrates say, let the medicine be thy food and let the food be thy medicine. And so I believe succinctly, if you, strive not to put people on a bunch of medication and get them in the right position to get in a heteronormative masculine therapist, I think it'll make them more open or more welcoming to therapy. But you would be surprised, Coach, the crap that I see in couples therapy and this therapy in general, and the backlash that many traditional Black men get when they're trying to implement change. Before I go, I've seen situations where men haven't had intimacy with their wives in 9 years. Some haven't had intimacy in 5 years, but they're still paying bills. And many times these women tended to follow the mental stream of a Kamala Harris and now use egalitarian talking points like partner. Before I went to graduate school back in 2011, I didn't know. I'm like, what the hell is a partner? I never heard of partner. Where I'm from in the South, it's husband and wife. We didn't say partner. But now you hear so many people talking about partner. And partner, Coach, is actually part of the New World Order because it's based on DEI. DEI means for diversity, equity, inclusion. Partnership means egalitarian. They want equity. They want power. They want power when it comes down to authority in the relationship. But when it comes down to servitude, then they want the man to revert back to traditionalism. So a lot of the nomenclature and the talking points that you see now under the DEI umbrella is actually tied into communism. It's actually tied into the New World Order. And so this woman was a Trojan horse, just like Barack Obama was a Trojan horse. And if she becomes president, more big government is going to take over, maybe similar to what you and I say, and it's going to more or less diminish the sovereignty of America. So once America diminishes in sovereignty, then you believe in theology, you believe in revelations, then we will get closer to the coming in the reign of the Antichrist. I know people think it's stupid. It sounds like tinfoil hat conspiracy, but the New World Order is real, as you so eloquently say on your show. It's real. It's a real phenomenon. And like Trump said it's you that they want, and they want me out of the way. He is the last bastion of hope that stands on the mountaintop, and it's going to keep America a sovereign nation for a moment of time. But the New World Order will come into fruition at some point. We just don't know when. But if Trump don't become president, the globalists, the power elites, the George Soros of the world, they will continue to implement the nefarious program, to say the least.
Man, I need to get you up here. Man. You cooking too much, man. You cooking.
I appreciate it, bro.
You cooking, man. I'm gonna catch up with you, man. Let's catch up. Do me a favor. Send me an email so I know and I can get back to you. Let's get you back up here, brother.
No doubt. No doubt. Man. I appreciate it, bro.
All right, peace.
Thank you, sir.
Peace.
All right.
All right. That is the kosher clinician. All right. We're gonna have to get him back up here because he was cooking with hot fish grease. All right. He was cooking it up here and delivering a very great message. We got there's 5 people back there. I'm gonna try to get to all of y'all. And so let's go ahead and jump in there. I got Small. It says, well, I don't want to say your name, so you can go ahead and say your name. But I've actually just admitted you. Then I have a Larry, a Bank, a Lola's, and Mr. G. And then that's all we're going to take for today. But let's see if we can get these people here. I'm going to have to do some more collabs. I'm going to have to get some more people up here, brother. That was so much. He had so many things that I wanted to dive into and talk about, but I didn't have the time. Okay, so I just admitted somebody, and I don't see them up here. So, did they drop out? Okay, all right. So, I'm going to try again. I'm going to admit the next person. All right, so the next person didn't stay. Maybe he's in the restroom. So, I got a Larry here. Let me see here. All right, so we got this brother up here. Go ahead and, can you hear me?
Yo. Coach, what's up, man?
We got you, brother. All right, we got. Go ahead and tell us what your name is, man.
All right, I'm Larry Leisure.
Larry Leisure, I know that name.
Yes, sir. I'll be in the chat. I'm part of the Coach Gang. I've been tuning in for about 2 years now. Major fan, so salute to you, Coach.
Shout out to you.
I'm undecided. I know tomorrow's the day, but I've had conversations this weekend with family, friends, but I'm genuinely undecided. I didn't vote last election, and I didn't vote for Obama the year, or whoever else before that. So I'm really, I do want to vote. On one hand, you got Kamala, who's she's obviously Democrat. People would say she's a stronger leader than Trump. She's a unifier. She symbolizes a step forward from whatever people categorize Trump as. Her take on abortion, her take on health care, continuing Obamacare and the Medicaid expansion to the 10%. She represents what's not Trump. And then you got Trump on one hand, who, when it was good, it was good when he was in office. Tough leader, firm leader, no bullshit, no nonsense. But at the same time, he gets a lot of hate for, dissecting every piece of his rhetoric. The January 6th incident, he definitely, was taking the L for that. But at the same time, I want to vote, I want to participate, but I'm just not convinced either of these two folks are damn near fit for the job. I might vote for that guy who penciled his name in.
Might pencil your name in.
Might
Okay,
vote for him.
Okay, so far right now, do you live in a swing state?
I'm in New York City, so.
Oh, so it don't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. Okay, so again, some of these states don't matter. So, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't vote. In this election, there's some things that you can vote for in your area that you can help yourself out with. But I'm interesting right now. You're undecided. And if you cast your vote today, let's just say you're going to the place today, you've eloquently put the strongs and the negatives about each. What would you put? You got to vote for one of the two.
I'm going for Trump. I think I'm going for Trump.
You would go for Trump. Okay, all right.
The Democratic approach to getting black men to vote for Kamala this election season, damn near. I mean, you said it best. Just blatant disregard and disrespect for black men. So I think I'm going for Trump.
Okay, the disregard for black men, basically saying we're going to give you nothing, and then at the last minute, them saying, you know what, vote for her. She a black woman. How dare you guys? By giving absolutely nothing, you would go on the Trump side.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we got another one over for Trump. Have you historically voted for Trump before?
Entire family Democratic. Again, I've never voted, but entire family Democratic. Okay. So.
Okay. All right. So we got to get you out there to vote. I know a lot of people say the votes don't matter. We got popular vote. We got some things that we need to get shored up on either side of the aisle. And what then could Kamala do to earn your vote right now? Because you're still undecided. Kamala comes out today. She stumps and she says this to Larry Leisure. How does she get your vote?
I mean, you kind of said it best earlier. What'd you say? Or someone said it. Men's rights, men's rights. When it comes to unborn children, and I wouldn't even know. You
wouldn't even know. So Kamala's pretty much done. She's not a non-option for you. Now, are you strong enough to say Kamala's a weak candidate?
I'm not strong enough to say she's a weak candidate. I don't think she would be VP if she wasn't at least qualified in a sense.
What makes you think she's? I mean, just asking. What makes you think she's qualified? I'm just wondering.
Hold
on for a second.
All right. I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man.
All right, okay. All right, man. You said she was qualified, and I asked you, and you started tap dancing. So
I reneged.
Yeah, you reneged. Okay, so nope, she's not qualified as we thought. All right.
Give me the buzzer, coach.
Give you the buzzer. Okay. All right. So you really don't like Kamala. You just don't want to say it. Maybe there's some allegiance. Why don't you want to just say Kamala's weak?
I'm not a VP. I've never been a VP. I've never been a presidential nominee.
Right.
And to get that far, I mean, I can't say she's weak, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Okay, you're not a fan. All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate you stepping up here, man. That was good for you. I appreciate you coming in here and letting the
Coach.
people know, man. Get out there and vote. All right. Appreciate you, brother. And we got, okay. All right. We dropped them out. All right. We got a couple more. We got 3 more at least. So hang tight. It's our brother, the bankster in here. He couldn't say why she was qualified for the VP. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm wondering what she was qualified for. People are saying her education. She was in a black sorority. By the way, black sorority doesn't make you a black person. All right. People are like, she was in a black sorority. So what? All right. Doesn't make you black. All right. Let's see if we got our brother here. Let me ask to unmute. And then he can tell us what his name is and tell us all of this stuff. Let's see if we can get him unmuted. Make sure you're on camera, though, a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right. We got him set up. You ready to rock? Unmute. Did you get the ask to unmute? Okay, good. All right. What's your name, brother?
What's up, Coach? You talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Bank.
All right, shout out to Bank, man. All right, so tell us, man, are you in a swing state?
No, Chicago.
Another Chicago. This is about the 3rd Chicago person here. All right, no swing state. Yeah. Have you voted yet?
You got a few fans in Chicago, I see.
We do. We got Chicago representing. All right. Have you voted yet?
Yeah, I did through mail-in.
You did your mail-in ballot. You did your Democrat. I mean, it might have got lost, just so you know. They still in, but it might have got burnt up, lost. You know. I don't know why people do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid that'll happen.
Yes, gonna be. Yeah. Don't be surprised, and maybe some people voted on your behalf before they get your ballot. More than likely. All right, give us who you're voting for, if you want to share.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I support Trump.
You like another Trumper. All right. So we got Chi-Town in the house, another Trumper. Have you historically voted? Did you vote for Trump in the last 2 elections?
No, I didn't. Pretty much because my family kind of shamed me so bad where I'm stuck on the plantation, you know. Okay. They shamed me so bad I'm stuck on the plantation, but I finally took it upon myself to, you know, step on the other side, on the dark side.
Okay, so you might have been that guy in the car with a video where they say, I told you to do Biden. That might have been you in the back seat back in 2016 or 2020. That might have been you back there with your family. For real. I can understand that, man, because my family is all Democrat voters. And so I am definitely the renegade as well, stepping away from the plantation. What do you think about when people say that we're voting for the slave master? If we're actually voting for the plantation, the Democrats are saying we're voting for a slave master. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. As far as everything, I didn't do a bunch of research. I'm not super political or anything like that. But as far as I've known, Trump has never been racist. Many people used to love Trump, so that's the funny thing. Especially black people. Black people used to love Trump, and you used to see him hanging around all the celebrities, and they wanted to shout him out in their music. But I guess until he became president, now he's a big time racist, according to everybody.
Now, I think where they get that from, honestly, is when he started campaigning, he did target poor, disenfranchised whites, and that was his target audience for him to kind of galvanize that group initially. And then he built his audience based on that with familiarity, right? So his earlier conversations and his earlier stomping grounds were to disenfranchise whites, right? Also, the racist rhetoric did come back because he challenged Obama on his birth, whether he was born in Kenya or Hawaii. So that probably is where the racist rhetoric or the racist accusations come from. But you're smarter than that. You're like, nah, that's not really him. He was a known, well-respected person before he running for president. Where's the racism there?
Exactly. And I mean, I think people are more sensitive than ever. I don't have a problem with Trump calling out anybody that's running for president or any reporters that want to call out somebody that's running for the highest, office. You should be able to ask, tough questions. And KAMALA, they dodged all the tough questions out here. They should be held accountable,
they should be
to answer those questions.
Right. And were you undecided, or did you know you were going for Trump early on?
No, I knew because I can see the state of the country now, and I don't like the direction we're going in.
Okay, so we hit. Do you blame Kamala for that since she was the vice president?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so she gets the blame.
100%.
She can't separate herself from Joe Biden, in your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, especially in being in Chicago, you can kind of see the damage. You can see all the migrants. They drop them off in black neighborhoods.
Wow.
They didn't take them to the upper class white neighborhoods. So
okay,
I think it's definitely an agenda there.
They didn't take them to Cicero. Okay.
They didn't take them to none of the white suburbs and this and that. They went straight to the black community. So
Okay.
I think it's an agenda there.
When Donald Trump said black jobs, taking black jobs, what did you take that as? What did you take that meaning as?
I think he knows exactly what he's talking about because I can see migrants taking black jobs. My brothers work in like warehouse and some do like landscaping stuff. And my brother who works in warehouse now, he already has told me how migrants have pretty much infiltrated his job.
Okay.
But he says migrants from Colombia, from Venezuela, like all over type of migrants. And he told me initially when he got there, he's been there for like maybe 6 years now. He said it was majority, black people, white people, but now it's probably 50% like Hispanic.
Okay, so it moved pretty fast. Now you've seen that takeover happen, and now it's affecting people in the community.
It's definitely been happening over the last at least 2 years, where it's just been more and more. The Hispanics been coming to his job, and now they're even getting like all type of positions. He just says that it's more. It feels like the culture has really changed at his job now. Everybody speaks Spanish in there. You don't know what.
Wow.
It's changed a lot.
Okay, so you saw it change pretty fast, and that's definitely by the borders are Kamala Harris. The borders are.
Yeah.
She opened up the border. All right, Bank.
That's terrible.
I appreciate you, brother, for joining me, man. I appreciate your input on that. Thanks, man.
All right. For
All
sure.
right.
Shout out to the coach gang.
All right, peace. Okay, we got it looks like there's a phone. It says Lola. I'm not sure. And we're going to take one more after that. And I got to do the super chats. I'm not sure if it's an actual woman. Maybe it's a guy. I don't know these days. All right. But these are some great calls. Yeah, you might want to learn some Spanish, my man. All right. Because they're going to take your job. They're definitely going to take your job over there, and black jobs too. They're going to take black jobs. All right. So let's see here. We do have somebody trying to get their phone set up, and then Mr. Jermaine is going to be next. But I don't have you on camera. I'm not sure if there is a woman. Sometimes it's somebody, they say it's a woman and it's not a woman. Maybe it's their wife's account. Is ABL here? Somebody said ABL is here. Somebody said bring in ABL. Is he in the chat? I'm not sure. All right, we do have a sister. You been on my mind. All right, hold on for a second. We got sister here. All right, she gonna be ready to go. All right, is your name Lola?
Close to it.
All right, it's close to it. All right, tell us what your name is.
Loretta.
All right, Loretta?
Yes.
All right, Loretta is in the house. Are you in a swing state?
No.
Okay, not enough. We don't have one person. I think we had somebody from North Carolina. You want to tell us what state you're in?
Yeah, I'm in Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right, not Memphis.
Close to it, but no.
Goodness. Skitty pop pop and a boom boom boom. All right, watch out. Hey, represent Memphis really well. All right, because we don't have good representation of Memphis so far, or we'll represent. Okay. All right. Right now, who are you voting for out there in Tennessee?
My first time, I voted Republican.
Donald Trump. This is a shock. All right. So, I know you got the sisters mad at you, sis.
I do.
All right.
My family.
They done with you. All right. So you're going to have to explain this thoroughly. Why in the world did you switch from the Democrats to go to Trump?
It was before the gunshot to President Trump. I started thinking like, why would I want my children to be in a school when they're not teaching, English, math, social studies? They want to teach woke culture.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
And
yeah.
That's like,
okay. And okay, I'm sorry, I was cutting you off because there was a little bit of miscommunication there. So no woke culture, you don't want the teachings related to that. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
All right, so faith is Catholic. Faith is important to you.
Yes.
The Democrats typically are pushing the woke agenda, and you're seeing that. You want to put a stop to that.
Yes, I do. Like, I was raised in going to church every Sunday, even Wednesday nights. So I was taught by the Bible. And then my husband told me, you know what the Bible stands for? I was like, the Bible, God's teaching? He says, basic instructions before leaving Earth. And I'm like, I never thought about it that way. But that's why we're here.
Right. And if you do go to a church, are the majority of them black parishioners? Is it a black church or is it a multicultural church?
Mostly multicultural. We get all walks of life.
All right. Have they been pushing any Kamala Harris in the church?
No, but they do go by the Bible, strictly by the Bible.
Okay.
But when I go to my other family members' church, they're more pushing woke culture. And I was like, it is a difference.
There is a difference. I don't understand how you're pushing the Bible and you're doing woke culture. I just don't get it. But they say Jesus is love. So maybe that's what they're resting on.
Right. I remember vividly asking one of my elders, why? So in church, we learned about if you're a Christian, you're voting Republican. I was a lot younger then. And I asked, I was like, what does that mean? Because we're voting Democrat. I hear y'all are voting Democrat, but they're saying that's different from what we're taught in the Bible about, getting rid of your child before birth.
Right.
I didn't understand that. I thought, again, that is wrong. It says it. It clearly says it. So why are we voting for a party that is against everything that we're just taught in church? Oh, the last thing I heard is, I hate when they teach church and politics at the same time. It's completely different. Mm-hmm. You vote for who you want to now, who's going to help you now on this earth. Mm. But what were we taught in church was also on this earth.
Okay.
So why would we vote wrong against what we're taught? It didn't make sense to me.
Got it. All right. And so you're married, and is your husband voting for Trump too? You don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we're good. We did it day of early election. We did it the first day.
Okay. All right. If Trump loses, is your family going to come down and excommunicate you from the family? You can't come to the picnic anymore?
No, they'll probably gloat.
They're gonna tell you about it. All right.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely tell me.
Okay. And did you vote Biden last election?
Yes, I've been a Democrat since I was 18. I was pushed that, I was taught that, and then eventually I had my kids, and I'm like, I don't want that to be taught at school. I don't like how they're telling the kids to whoever you are is whoever you are, and that's how you like it. No, it's not how you like it.
Right.
If you're born a boy, you're born a boy. If you're born a girl, you're born a girl. A school can't say that that's okay, and they can't say that we're not going to tell the parents.
Yep.
I don't believe in that.
Now that's going on. I know a lot of people don't know this with children. If the children, especially in California, I'll just speak on California. If your child wants to identify or whatever they want to identify with, and you as a parent don't agree to it, they can call CPS. That could be a form of abuse towards the child. If you don't, I guess, like if they want to be a Zimzer and you say, no, I'm going to call you he, him. That could be a child. That could be an abuse. That could be grounds for the school to report you against Child Protective Services or whatnot. Can you speak on that?
That was a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's happening in Tennessee, but those are some of the things they're trying to implement.
They were maybe a year or two ago, but a lot of parents thank God. A lot of parents were saying, no, we're not teaching that here.
Right.
This is not going to help them to grow up to be actually functional human beings, to work and actually have families for themselves. So they got rid of those books. They're not teaching that, thank God, here.
All right. Shout out to you. Loretta, I believe your name was.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to you and your family. You guys stay strong. All right. Appreciate you for stepping up here and being brave, because a lot of women don't want to come up here. They think I'm going to get on them, but we stay on subject.
And we love you all the time.
All right. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right. All right. See that, ladies? That wasn't so hard. That wasn't so hard. All right. Now, if this was a different part of the show, I might have got on her, but she represented herself well. We got Jermaine in the house, and then we'll do super chats. All right. And go ahead and jump on the camera, my brother Jermaine. And as he's jumping on, let me do some super chats. Shout out to the smart one. Appreciate you, coach. The smart RN says the real crime is a lot of men don't vote. I say vote Trump, but if you're a man and don't vote, don't complain about anything that happens to you. Get out there and vote. New world order. Get out there and vote. Shout out to our brother here. It is B-Mo, coach. I ain't even gonna lie. He says, I'm gonna be really pissed off if that Indian woman wins. I dropped out of med school 10 years ago and moved to the States, and American capitalism got me doing better than all my peers from med school. He says, we have to fight for our country, men. I agree. I'm not with Kamala at all. Zero percentage. And let me see if we got a couple more that I need to acknowledge before we get the last brother up here. We got Preston says, I think the issue with men building themselves is that, okay, or you're just texting that, so I guess that didn't go all the way through. Let me make sure we get everybody so that everybody's voice is heard. Let's see if I can get the Venmo up. Okay, that was the last Venmo. Let me check the PayPal. I'm just log in. Okay, Jermaine, I don't see. Let me see if I can drop this person off right quick. Oh, okay, we got him. Can you go ahead and unmute?
There we go. Can you hear me?
All right, yes, I can. All right, so what is your name, brother?
It's Gift of Gab.
Gift of Gab is in the house. All right, shout out to you. I was calling you by your government name, but I apologize.
I know. It's cool.
You know,
it's cool.
That's all I can see. All right, but the Gift of Gab is in the show. You do have a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, I haven't pushed it yet because I'm working on some things right now. But when I do, you'll know.
Let us know, man. I appreciate that. So, lifelong Democrat or Republican?
I grew up being a lifelong Democrat. However, when Trump started running the first time around, I went ahead and voted for him. And I really wanted to vote for him when Biden won, too. So, I mean, I'm going for him again this time, too. And I'm in Memphis.
Memphis in the house, bro. We got double Memphis in here. All right. So far, the Memphis, y'all brothers and sisters are representing Memphis very well. All right. It feels like I could pay y'all a visit. I would feel at home with you guys.
I know the safer places to be. So
you know, okay, all right. You know where the right people at. You know where the right people are.
Yeah, the right people and the white people.
The right and the white people. All right, so we know where they are in Memphis. All right, I know I could feel like these are some down home brothers and sisters that I could go visit down in Memphis. All right, so you're a 3-time Trump voter, 2016, 2020, and 2024.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't Kamala get the vote from you?
Why didn't she?
Why didn't she?
Yeah, where do I start?
Okay.
God damn. But I had to understand that the way that the Democratic Party has gone about the way of trying to get our votes has been a real shit show. And I mean, you put on people that are against us men, especially. You put Obama in there telling us that he's going to chastise us to vote for him or vote for Kamala. And then you have Mark Cuban that gets on the View that also tells us that forget your men, forget your husbands, vote for Kamala. And you put Meg Thee Stallion up there, Cardi B, you put all these celebrities up there, and she doesn't really answer straightforward questions. Like when she gets interviewed, to be honest with you, you know who helped me a lot in this? Anton Daniels helped me a lot in this.
Shout out to Anton Daniels. He's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
on
me a
it.
lot of
He's been on it for probably the last 4 or 5 months, covering this every day for the people and giving them, you know, probably an honest point of view. I haven't been able to watch it because I'm actually getting my stream going as he's on. But shout out to Anton Daniels.
Yeah, he been clipping the hell out of this, and I really been keeping up with. But also, people forget about the fact that Trump probably will fight for what's that child tax credit, if I'm not mistaken. It's something he had with child taxes. So I remember him at one point in time get ready to fight for child support for men.
I did kind of hear that too. You're right about that. That's a little lesser known thing. You're right about that.
And he tried to fight for it before Biden became president, but he never got a chance to go for it.
Yes.
Yeah. And the biggest thing what made me not vote for Kamala is the I'm trying to think of the loan that she was talking about, the business loan.
The forgivable business loan for entrepreneurs, specifically blacks and others, which I believe was $10,000.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a detriment to us because it's almost like you want to keep us Americans in debt. Just simply because it would make more sense to continue a business when you have more demand than you have supply for the product.
Right.
So it would make sense to give us a tax credit because most small businesses normally fail. So it would make more sense to incentivize us Americans to make more money, which what Trump is doing is trying to bring more jobs to America and not tax the people working overtime so they could fund their own business. Because honestly, I made more money when Trump was in office.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
Everybody
made
says
the
that.
most money. Yeah. And every counterpart I talk to at work, whether it be black, white, Asian, Hispanic, they all want to vote for Trump.
Okay. All right. So, man, I didn't get one Kamala Harris voter on here today. So, and then the
Probably
tax
won't get one.
Probably won't get one. And people might be saying that the idea that Kamala is close in the polls is actually a lie. Do you think that she's actually close?
No, not close at all.
Okay.
You forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think she's as close as people say. I think she's actually getting whooped. But again, I thought Joe Biden was getting whooped, and we saw what happened there.
And also, I meant to say the other big part about that is when she's talking about these benefits that she's going to give us, it has to come from somewhere. So it's more than likely to come from your tax dollars. And the way Donald Trump is running for president, he realizes that the rich people need the middle class to stay rich. So if you don't incentivize the middle class to stay middle class, then you can't stay as rich and you'll get taxed more. That's how it works.
That's how it works. I mean, most people can see that clearly, but you know, there's people out there that think money comes from anywhere, right? And if we tax the rich, it somehow is going to help the people downstream. Shout out to you for representing Memphis so well, and appreciate your commentary, and keep it going, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I got you.
Thank you, man. All right. And yeah, man, that should be the last one. I guess we got Rue in here. If you could be quickly jump in there and get set up, because there is one more. But let me see. Double R. We'll get Double R. We got a couple more chats as he gets set up, and I got to get going. Double R in the building. I want to thank you for allowing me to come on the show. I want to come on again to tell you more about some of the Haitian cat stories out here.
Did you eat that cat?
He says, I live next door to a Haitian family in Pompano Beach, Florida, and what they said is true, that they are eating the cats. All right, so Haitians are eating the cats. Let me see if I can jump in there again. We got a couple more. They are eating the cats. All right, we got NGN says there's a disturbance in the church community. Bishop Clarence McClendon said that he's not voting for Kamala, and any pastor who supports Kamala is being pimped. Now, Roland Martin and Jamal Bryant, Bishop Paul Morton, and others are attacking him, and a lot of them are Duke shooters and pooter intruders. So there's a disturbance between black folks and this election. Sad to see black folks going out like this. And we have Maryland guy says, I heard the Republicans have way more poll watchers now, and they caught 165 fraudulent ballots in Michigan. Yeah, man, I tell you, man, they need to be on top of it because, you know, this election is too big to steal, right? Too big to steal, as they say. All right, the Preston says, I think the issue with men building themselves is that they want to look fly doing it. All right, yes, indeed, they want to look fly, which is going to prevent yourself from building. Kevin Sullivan, coach, people forget when Sleepy Joe said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And people still voted for him. He says, I knew we were cooked. Yeah, I knew that was a sad time because I've been a Trump supporter for a long time. And I said, man, I don't know how y'all keep voting for these people, but, you know, it took a lot of people to wake. A lot of people have woken up from what it used to be. All right, because they were calling me an Uncle Tom. YouTubers were calling me an Uncle Tom. So-called Black Manosphere YouTubers were calling me an Uncle Tom for being a Trump supporter in 2016 and 2020. Now these same guys, many of them have pivoted. Fire Blast got, dang, coach, this whole stream was a cookout with this ish. The coach gang was dishing out 100%. And Jay Cruz says, coach, interesting discussion question in 2024. Can you be masculine, be red pill aware, and vote Democrat? I can't see it myself, but I'm willing to be recognized and willing to recognize my blind spot for the sake of men. We do know some men are voting Democrat. Now, I don't know how you can vote for Kamala and say you're masculine. All right. I don't know. All right. But we do have one more, and let's see if we can end this show on this brother right here. Go ahead and state your name. All right. Oh, we having some technical. Yep, you're unmuted, but let me see if your microphone is set. All right. Your microphone is on your head. All right. Okay. All right. We just gonna see if we can get him in real quick. Can you hear?
Hello?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, sorry. I have two different mics set up here, so this one doesn't really work. So yeah, sorry about that.
All right, go ahead. So let's just be a little brief here. We're gonna wrap it up here. Are you a Kamala supporter, voter, or you a Trumper?
Oh, definitely not. I'm going for Trump this time. This is my first time voting actually in a general election.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going for Trump.
Okay, so why is this your first time voting? You don't look like you're 22.
Oh no, I'm 27.
Okay.
I was just never interested in politics as much. But I think I spent about 4 years out in California in the military. I was stationed out there, Naval Base San Diego.
Yeah.
And I got to see what it's like out there. And I think my eyes kind of opened up after experiencing that.
Okay. All right. And you were out there doing COVID more than likely.
Yes. I joined back in 2019. So yeah,
Okay.
like right as it was getting started.
Yeah, man, that had to be difficult for you to go through that in the military. And I'm pretty sure you'd seen a lot of issues that you had to deal with. We won't discuss any personal stuff. Now,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you had to deal with the vaccine and staying in your position. I'm pretty sure you had to deal with that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was kind of forced to take it. I was pending medical separation.
Okay.
So there was some issues with the case and all that. So they told me you have to take it. So I had to take it.
Oh, man. Damn. Well, I'll see you on the other side, brother. It is all good. You know what I mean? We'll see you when. Never mind. All right. So you got no Kamala. Anything Kamala could do to win your vote?
Definitely not. Definitely not. So I'm actually from a swing state. I'm currently in Florida. I'm in school right now.
Okay.
But I'm originally from Wisconsin. So yeah, I voted a month ago. So I sent my paperwork in and all that. So yeah, it's already washed. So there's nothing she can do really.
Okay, she's done. And was she a legit candidate to you at all?
I'm sorry?
Was she a legit candidate to begin with?
Definitely not. That's one of the main reasons why I kind of lean a bit more conservative now is that it seems like the Democratic Party, they really like insulting people's intelligence. And I'm not big into that. I'm much more of an observant person, I would say. And it seems like every time these guys open their mouths, they're saying something that's either hypocritical or is something that they're just projecting. It's something that they actually are doing or they want to do. So I think that's kind of why I lean a little bit more conservative now.
Okay, interesting. And being from Wisconsin, I actually have a lot of family in Wisconsin. So there is Milwaukee and there's everywhere else. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then when you go to California, you see a lot more liberal stuff than you will see in Milwaukee any day of the week.
Yeah. It was a shit show in California. And it's just even throughout COVID, and I just kept seeing the prices were just rising. I remember gas being $10 a gallon where I was from.
Wow.
It was insane. So I just
crazy.
I couldn't deal with it. No.
Yep. And so a lot of those, I mean, that comes straight from kind of the Democratic playbook. So, but I appreciate you, man. I had to get you in there because you waited. You were very patient. Thank you for sharing your story. And then best of luck, man.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, man. All right, that was a good show. All right, that was a good fucking show. All right, yes, indeed, man. I appreciate y'all for sticking it out. I had some technical difficulties. This is not my forte. As you guys know, I'm normally a one-man band, but I appreciate everybody for stepping up here and giving up their opinions. What do you think? Should I do more of these open panels, especially during the evening shows? I guess so. We'll probably do it. Anyway, and we'll do it live. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Hit the like button. Let me see. Is there a super chat? Let me make sure there's not a super chat here. Hit the like button on the way out. Let me make sure I got everybody. That's what I want to do. I don't want to leave nobody hanging. Their voices heard. All right, everybody's voices are heard. Shout out to y'all, man. And we're going to be back in the morning. Election day. All right. Election day coming up. Okay. All right. And we out of here. Peace.